Hi guys, and welcome to Together We'll Journey. My name is Jeanette and I am currently in my Zone 4 area. My Zone 4 area is all to do with, for me, it's all about growing trees that aren't native, but nor are they actually edible, or some of them are. Some of the flowers you can use, like hibiscus and stuff like that. But it's mainly for attracting birds, housing birds, insects, beneficial insects, and all those good stuff as well as having my aloe vera, obviously, as I do like my aloe vera being planted all around my garden. You can't have too many, that's for sure. So today I'm actually going to go through some of the seeds that I use here in my garden, and using green manure or green mulch. Either way, it's all about living mulch. It's all about trying to keep that temperature down during summer and keep the water in as well. So stay tuned and enjoy. So I've cleared off a little bit of area around here that I've been wanting to do for ages, and actually just clear it and mulch it and try and save as many natural wild kangaroo paws as I can as well, but also ensure that my plants are also mulched and getting ready and prepared for the summer months coming very shortly, as spring is literally just around the corner. So I was talking to my mum the other day, and she was saying, I was actually saying to her, I said, I can't keep using mulch for my garden. I mean, am I going to get 3 acres worth of mulch to do my whole garden? That's just silly. And Mum said, what about green mulch? And I thought, that's a really good idea, because I actually listened to one of Geoff Lawton's YouTube video with regards to green mulch and how beneficial it is for the garden, for the nutrients, to help create good, beautiful soil, to help the earthworms, bugs, insects, the whole kit and caboodle, and it will help generate and keep that moisture and keep things cool on the underneath of where the root area is. So I remember buying a pack of seeds ages ago, and I totally forgot about them. But it's actually the Mr. Fothergill's green manure mix, and I thought, why not give it a whirl? It's got fenugreek, oats, subclover, woolly pod vetch, French white millet, buckwheat, and broccoli wrapper. The only problem with this though is that I remember trying this in another part of this garden, and when I came back, all the seeds were eaten. So I've got rabbits running around this garden, as well as birds and guinea fowl that tend to fly into my garden and eat whatever's here. So I do have some sacrificial plants, but I don't particularly want them to eat these seeds. So let's see how we go. If I do come back to this garden and the rabbits or birds have dug them out, I'm going to have to replant them and actually protect them with some covering. I'll figure out when that time comes. Also, because it's becoming spring now as well, I'm also going to plant some sunflowers. They do say that a good time for it to actually grow is in autumn. However, it might be a little bit too early, but I'm going to give it a whirl, because by the time I get back, hopefully they should have start blooming and start growing. Now, I did plant a sunflower in this area before, and it did grow, and it grew to be a very bright, beautiful yellow flower. And then obviously it died, and unfortunately the seeds didn't drop into the ground, and I didn't end up getting more sunflowers, which was actually the aim, was to like grow these sunflowers, and then potentially they'll shed their seeds and I'll grow more, but that hasn't actually happened. So let's try again. These are only seeds, so they don't cost a lot. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about experimenting and testing and adjusting and see what works and see what doesn't work. I mean, I'm surprised that this frangipani that I actually got from my mum was so severely burnt when I brought it up to this block that I actually had doubts that it would grow. Surprisingly, when I came back from work, it grew very well. So, and it survived last summer without any issues either. So happy with that. So I want to give it something to, you know, benefit from as well. I've got the aloe vera here as well, and next to the aloe vera, I've got a wild kangaroo paw, by the looks of it, that's grown but also has snapped. To the side of me here, I have what is called a blue ginger. Now, I don't know much about that plant, but it's not looking too good, so I don't know anything about it, if it's a perennial or is it an annual. I have no idea. I thought I'd just plant it in the garden. It did actually flower some pretty flowers that the bees loved, so can't complain with that one. And behind me I have my mulberry tree, well, young tree at the moment, but it's starting to fruit as well. So that's another thing as well, is that I want to try and protect these kind of trees from the heat that's going to come from summer eventually. And I have marigolds and the garlic also growing, because you should have root vegetables, root plants as part of your eventual forest, right? As there's 7 layers to a forest, as we all know, is like the canopy, subcanopy, the vines, the ground cover, the bulbal root kind of stuff, and then your shrubs and all that kind of stuff. So I'll get into more of that in detail later. So that is what I've got at the moment. So I figured what I'll do, I'll put these seeds around the sides. I might plant 2 sunflower seeds, see how they go, and hope for the best. All right. Hi, hey guys. So I got a little distracted. There's a woolly wagtail. I've got a bath that I want to use to put compost in, and then run the juice out of the end of the bath. At the moment, I haven't put it anywhere yet because my house is not built. So I don't want to put anything anywhere close to the house at the moment, because the trucks may come along and trample it, and I don't particularly want that. So I'm waiting for the house, or at least the skeleton of the house, to be built, so I can then start working closer to the house of getting, certain things done. And the composting, bath compost that I want to do is once it close to the kitchen area. So I can't do anything about it yet, but I've left it here because I picked up this free bath. Great. So if you see anyone doing renovations, just go up to them and say, oh, look, do you have a bath? And then grab one, and it's free. It's free. It's pretty damn good. So it's full of water because it has been raining a little bit. This bloody willy wagtail is literally going in for like their evening bath. Absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, back to what I was going to tell you is these seeds that I've got from the green manure. I'm not sure you guys can see it, but there are a whole range of different little seeds there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just literally not going to be too strategic in my planting of these seeds. I'm just going to literally dig a little area in the mulch, and then I'm just going to plant them in there and see what happens. And obviously put a little bit of my soil mixture on the top, and hope only a little bit, because they're seeds, so I don't want to suffocate them and then they won't grow. So let's do that. So basically I want to, actually there is a little strategy to it. I tell lies. I do want it close to the edge of this mulched area that I've actually done, mainly because I'm kind of hoping it grows out and spreads out. So I've got more areas to play with later on. Let's see how this works. I may not be correct in saying that, so that's all good. But I do want to plant 2 sunflower seeds, so let's get to it. So this here is my mulberry tree. As you see, it's not very old, it's still young and it's still growing. And by the looks of things, I've got fruit. Fruit at the end of winter. Awesome! And the back there is a wild kangaroo paw. Literally, I did not grow this. I didn't buy it, nothing. It's just come up, which is great. And I've got them all around my garden, which is fabulous. So I'm going to try my best to keep those there. If you're wondering what that is marigold, and this is my garlic. So I actually do want the seeds to go around this area here. So literally, I'm not going to do much in the ways of as you can see, there's crap underneath there, right? This is the blue ginger, and I'm going to see if I can get my aloe vera with another kangaroo paw there. So these are the sesame seeds, and like I said, I only want to plant 2, so I'll just dig a hole here. Oops, dig a hole there, and plonk one in. Make sure though, I believe the apex of the seed needs to go up. So that's one there. And I'll plant another one about here. Now I'll get my good soil. I'll just sprinkle it lightly over the seeds. As I'm working on my garden and seeding some more green mulch and green manure mix, I felt like there were like eyes on me, like someone was like standing behind me, was staring at me, and then I saw this big one, and he or she has come out for a bit of a munch, but not only that, they're quite happy to stay where they are, even though I'm working on this bottom half of the garden, and he or she is quite content. Oh, there they go. Not a worry in the world. Look at that. And this is why I love being outdoors and being where I am. Literally being part of nature. Love it. Oh shit. She's getting closer. I hope she doesn't want to attack me. Oh my god. Okay. You stay there. And I'll just stay here. Again, I am bewildered that this root is not the teeny tiniest bit worried about me. She's more concerned about the dirt bike, and now I can actually see that, yeah, it is actually a female. But yeah, phenomenal. Yep, you guessed it. It is the end of the day, and this is the time that I like to relax with a nice glass of wine. I'm actually drinking a New Zealand wine, Stone Lee. Well, and it's very fruity, believe it or not. I'm not a big fan of fruity, but it's actually not too bad. Stone Lee wine. It's vegan approved, and it's a Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. It is, like I said, it's a bit fruity, it's a bit tangy, but it's actually quite enjoyable to have. I suppose if you're a fish person, not that I am, but if you're a fish person, it will go well with fish, to be fair. So if you ever go down to the ocean one day and decide to go fishing, catch yourself a good little, I don't know, trout, whatever fish you get out in the ocean, I have no idea, vegan, but I reckon that will go really well with it, with the fish that you catch. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you have, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Cheers.